Donnie is here, kind of. He's here in spirit, but his chair is empty. Now his chair is filled with Donnie.
Hello.
Hello there. Mashlomcha?
Good things.
Good things. Shalom, Brent. Wow, Brent. Wasn't expecting you here.
I don't know, Brent. Hi, Brent. Welcome.
Brent did a wonderful series that kind of went viral. Must be 3 or 4 years ago now. And it's a very worthwhile series, and I had a discussion with him like 3 years ago on my channel, and that was a very nice discussion as well. The series was about the effects of hormonal birth control on society. I bought a book. I'm not sure where I put it. About it as well, but worthwhile topic to pay attention to, in my opinion.
Okay.
And also, hello, Ron.
The Talmud gets a lot of views.
Talmud apparently does. Yeah. I think Sundays are a good day for streams.
Talmud is also like clickbait, basically. That's how exciting it is.
Do you know how many Talmud live streams there are?
Really?
Yeah, like everybody live streams their Daf Yomi here. Everybody.
Yeah, Daf Yomi is big. Is huge.
Yeah.
For sure.
But we're doing Sanhedrin.
Yes, let's give the people what they want. We're up to Darish Bar Kapara.
I found that too. Yes. Menaha Milta.
By the way, it's kind of I just realized like his name is Bar Kapara, but it's spelled with a
Kuf?
Yeah, if it was spelled with a cuff, then it would be like Bar Kapara, like the son of
Yeah.
Kuf.
Yeah.
It's not though. Okay. Go for it.
Menaha Milta, the Amru Rabbanon, Heve Metunin Bedin. So where does this teaching from Avot 1:1 come from? He's going very, very beginning. Dichtiv v'lo ta'ale b'ma'alot v'samech le ve'ele ha'mishpatim. So there we this was yesterday's parsha, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So right in the Torah, right next to where it says that the high priest should walk up a plank and not walk upstairs to the Mizbeach.
Right.
It says, and these are the mishpatim, these are the laws. So
like it's combining them.
Yeah.
Right.
So the two are related. That's it's like don't run up the stairs, you know.
Correct. It's also interesting that I want to point this out is that you would think having the Sunnah Ladin, which literally means to like be patient in judgment and be contemplated properly, you would think that would be obvious. But it's fascinating to me that the obvious things have drushas in the psukim. Like they have, they're actually brought out from the verses, which is
they're not. I mean, they have asmachtas. They don't have drashas, right? Like this is an asmachta. It's not a drasha. An asmachta is the okay.
Literally, it says Menaha Milsa. How do we know this?
I think that's a question of, okay, we know this is true. Where do we find it in the Torah?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to, I would say a drasha is you're reading the Torah, and I mean, and a smachta is more eisegesis than it is exegesis.
Right.
It's not trying to understand what the Torah is teaching. It's trying to understand what the connection between this truth we know is with the Torah, because obviously all truth must be found in Torah.
Right.
But you can't derive it from there. You can't, like, it's a cute drasha to sit there and say ve'ela mishpatim, right? And lota lebemalot, but that's all it is. It's a cute drasha. You can't halachically then, like, I'll go do a similar thing with something else.
Right.
That's what. It's funny, but like, I've been thinking about doing this other stream about Kabbalah. That's why, especially since we've been doing so much Ben Yehoyada, that's why, like, this already kind of, like, okay, you have to understand where things come from, and then you can also have the parfarot, right? The whatchamacallit,
the spices.
Yeah.
You just reminded me, because on Friday night I pray behind my uncle. My uncle's a Yeki, and he does not talk in shul. Does not talk in shul at all, ever, except for
holy man.
Except during in between Mincha and Kabbalah Shabbos, the shul sings Yidin Nefesh. So if I go over to him, then he won't say anything back to me, but he'll listen to me if I talk during Yidin Nefesh. So I tell him Avart. So this week I couldn't think of Avart to say at all, right? But then I remembered the Ben Yehoyada we did about it's Yedua that a Talmud Chacham is called an Isha. So I went over to him and I said to him, the Ben Ish Chai says that it's Yedua that a Talmud Chacham is called Isha. You should have seen the look he gave me when I told him this. It was hysterical. It was hysterical. The look on his face was just too good.
Especially the type of guy that you can only tell a words to during Yedid Nefesh, right?
It was so good. It was so good.
Wow, I didn't realize your family was so holy.
My uncle does not talk in shul. Like, it's a big no.
You know why nobody talks in shul and gur, right?
Why?
So apparently you can go Rosh Hashanah to daven by the gur Rebbe, because nobody talks in shul, and the reason nobody talks in shul is one time the Rebbe, somebody was talking in shul, and the Rebbe walked up to him and gave him a patch, and basically promised anybody else who talks in shul gets a patch. So nobody talks in shul and gur.
Never heard that. Interesting.
Yeah.
What is Chazi? Chazi's doing some Jesus smuggling. This is the parsha of reincarnation.
Is it? It is. What's the parsha?
Are you talking about Truma or is he talking about Mishpatim? This week's parsha or last week's parsha? I don't know.
Truma is
This week's parsha is Truma.
Ich weiß nicht. Nu weiter.
Okay. Amar Rabbi Lezer. Minayin l'dayin shelo yifsa arosh am kodesh. How do we know that a judge should not step over the heads of the holy people? Let's see. What does that mean? Arosh am kodesh, says Rashi. Shekashia ha-metargamunim doresh. So when the metargamum would darshan, he would speak. Katzibur yoshim la'aretz. The tzibur would sit on the ground, the public. Va'mafsia b'neihem leilech v'yishim b'mkomo nir k'mafsia al rosham. And like when you go try to like find your place, it could look like you're stepping over, I guess, like important people's heads. So it says, Shenemar lo salad malos, do not ascend on steps. So like
They have a different drasha on that.
right. And these are the judgment. I think it's referring to, I think it says these are the judge. I mean, these are the judges, I assume it's saying. Kolomar af l'shof, or Rashi's, Kolomar af l'shoftim animazir. So be careful with the judges that you're not like stepping over them. And Rashi and Chezi says it's mishpatim about this parsha of reincarnation. What would it be? This is parsha about reincarnation. Jacob, did you do the parsha this week?
Me? only the parts that that Ben taught me. Yeah, I don't remember anything very reincarnational in Mishpatim.
Interesting.
This is the source according to the Arizal. Okay, if the Arizal says it, it must be true.
Absolutely. Next up, Asher Tassim. That's like the Ve'elam Mishpatim. These are the laws Asher Tassim of them that are placed before you. Asher Salam de Mibayle. You should have said that teaches you.
Yeah.
Why does it say that's placed? Amar Rav Yirmiyah v'Temer Rav Chia bar Abba. Elu Klei Hadayanim. This is the Klei Hadayanim. What does Rashi say? The Shaycha b'hu Shema Davar Hamataltel. So it's saying that these are like movable. The judgments are like movable objects.
These are things you can actually put. So it's saying that it has to be. It's talking about the actual physical things which judges need.
What physical things do they need? Like a gavel? Like what do they need?
Yeah, the Rabbeinu Art Scroll says kagon makel uretzua.
Oh. Okay, got it. Okay, so it's they're taking it very literal. Okay. Rav Huna ki'avanava gudina amarachi. When Rav Huna would go and judge a case, he would say, "Afiku lu mani chanusai." Take out my tools. Makel uretzua v'shofar v'sandal. Okay, my stick, strap, horn, and sandal.
So those are the 4 things he needed to be a dayan.
Got it.
It's like his medical bag, but it's his dayan bag.
Got it.
Now I understand why Batei Dinim spend so much money on sandals and stuff.
Like modern day? But really?
Yeah, they all for some reason they make a big deal. Like it, they buy a $3,000.
That was for chalitza.
For chalitza, yeah.
For chalitza.
But like it's like, okay, you really need to make a big deal out of the shoe for chalitza. But yeah. I remember that like one of the local B'tei Dinim was either raising money or had raised money or somebody had donated it, something like that. It was like I forget, maybe $3,000, $5,000 shoe. And I'm like, $5,000 shoe no one's ever going to wear. Like, what's the thing? But if this is one of the 4 things that necessary, and frankly, I mean, it does actually get used.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Rarely, very rarely. Chalitza is a very rare act. How many things do you think happen in a year?
What?
Maybe, how many chalitzas do you think happen in a year? Maybe 5? I'm making up a number.
5 too many.
True. This is regarding the makel and ritzua. The hazaras, you should be very careful with it. Shema ben achechem v'shavtechem. Amar of Chanina. Azhar lebezin. This is a warning to the bezin. Shlo yishma divrei baldin. Kodem shema baldin v'chavera. You can't start listening to any of the litigants before both of them are there. Azhar lebaldin shlo yatin dev l'dayan. And it's also a warning to Kojiyam Abaldin Chavero. So, Kari Bainami Shemea Beis Achicha. So basically, both the judge and the litigant should make sure all the parties are there before they start litigating the case.
Yeah, between your brothers.
Yeah.
Act like brothers.
Yeah. Afgana Mihacha milisos losisa losasi. You should not accept a false report, and you should not make a false report accepted. Mihacha losisa losasi.
So he's reading it differently?
He's quoting a different pasuk, I think.
No, I think it's one pasuk. At least that's how I'm reading Rabbeinu Art School.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is Al Tikra Lo Tisa Lo Tikabel Shemahu Azhar Ladayan Rikari Bein Nami Lo Tasi Azhar Labaldin. Yeah, he's saying you should read both of them, both ways. Rashi also says. You get it?
Oh, got it. Talking about, okay, you should not, okay. It's saying you shouldn't receive until everyone's there, you shouldn't receive anything. Okay.
Which implies you also shouldn't give.
Right. Bein ishu bein achim am Yehuda afilo bein bias la'aliyah. Make an afilo bein bias la'aliyah. Let's see, Rashi. Bein ish la'achim shenafel hem bias birusha. So they inherited a house. Al tomar tulata bias v'achia aliyah. Did
you skip? You skipped. Ushvatim Ushvatchem
Tzedek.
Yeah.
First, like, measure, like,
Yeah.
exactly what you want to do, but Achrach, and then give your case. I guess, as opposed to what? As opposed to, like, sort of like,
Take your time. Havu mitun and din. He's understanding that from from this pasuk.
Bein ishu bein achim, Amar Yehuda afilo bein bias la'aliyah. That you should make an exact, like, distribution between the upper home and the lower home, which means Rashi says, so the house fell to these two children in Yerusha, two sons. Don't say take the house. Kind of like, I guess, split it up and you guys will live there together. Rather, you should, like, put it up for sale, I guess. And separate it with money and just split the money.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, though.
I think. I mean, he's saying. I mean, this is also an American law, right? Like, you can't tell someone, "Oh, be happy with," Okay, so it's a 2-story house. Let one of them live on the second story, one of them live on the first story, but that's not equal.
Not if they agree. I guess you're saying. I was going to say not if they agree it's equal, but clearly they're not agreeing it's equal. Obviously, that's obviously the issue. If they agreed it was equal, then there wouldn't be a case.
If it's a pshara, it's a pshara.
Got it. Okay, I wasn't okay. Got it. You can't say to them, you have to be happy with. Okay, that makes sense. I was overthinking it there. Okay. Uben Geiro, Amri Huda, Afilu Ben Tanur Likaraim. Even between an oven and a stove. So I guess it's the same concept.
Yeah.
Losa Kirpanama Mishpat, Ryuda Amr Losa Kireu. Oh, interesting. So, like, if you know someone, you have to pretend you don't recognize them because otherwise you're going to be biased. Rabbi Elazar Amar Los Sinakrehu. Do not
Milashon Nochri. Don't distance him.
if you hate him, but don't screw him because of that, basically, because you hate him. Okay. Ushbis Kane Dirab Asal Kamedidina. So that's like a host. For Rav came before Rav for a case. Amrlo, he said to Rav, Lavish Biziat, were you not my guest? Oh, okay. So he's trying to leverage that. Amrlo, yes. So Amrle, Dina Isli. So I want you to judge my case. Amrle, Paslina Lachavina, I'm not able to do your case. Amrle, Rav the Rav Kahana. Rav went to Rav Kahana and said, Puk Dayan Yane, go, you should go judge the man. Chayvi Davaka Gaius Bay. And Rav Kahana saw that this guy was like showing like he kind of had Rav like in the palm of his hand, I guess. Amrle, eat Tsaitsa. If you're willing to take my judgment, then I'll do the case. Vilo, Mafkinale Rav Muna.
I think Gaius Be means that like he thought that it seems like he's too good for him.
Let's see, Rashi. That the Gaius Be. Rav Somech Upatech Love Umedaber Gavos. He was still relying on Rav. Meaning, even as the case got passed to Rav Huna, he still thought he had leverage, basically. That sounds like. And he basically says that if you're going to take my case, if you're not going to take it, he says, Mafkina le Rav me'unach. Udiacha she'in Rav yachol asaycha demashtim la. Basically saying that somehow Rav is going to, somehow he's not going to allow Rav to assist.
Where are you reading?
In Rashi in the third line.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay.
I'm not sure what that Rashi means.
It's a very short Rashi, so
that doesn't help. That makes it worse.
Oh, Rav Kahana is the one who saw that the Baldin is still samech to Rav.
Correct. Meaning Rav Huna saw that his
Rav Kahana.
Rav's guest. Rav Kahana? Oh, Rav Kahana saw that Rav's guest, the litigant, was still sort of confident that he'll still get a good judgment because he's friends with Rav, basically.
Yeah. He's like, so he told me to come to you, so you'll also be.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. And he says back to me, if you're going to take my case, if you're going to listen to me, then great, and then I'll do your case. But if you're not going to listen to my verdict, mafkina lach Rav me'unach. It translates here, I will remove Rav from your strength by excommunicating you. Even Rav will not be able to help you. But I don't see that in Rashi at all. Like it sounds like he's saying, I will let you know that Rav is not going to be able to help you.
Apparently, this Gemara is also in Chulin, and that's where Rashi says it.
Oh, really?
That's what Rabbeinu Art Scroll says.
That's the power of the Hebrew Art Scroll. They give you more information.
Yours doesn't have it?
No.
It just said. So what does it base it on? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't say it in Rashi. There you go. It's in Chulin. We'll get the Chulin. Right after Sanhedrin, we'll get the Chulin.
Okay. Now I have to tell you about Temple Grandin. You know the story of Temple Grandin?
No.
You're going to be shocked.
Yeah.
So, Temple Grandin is a Christian, not very religious, but Christian woman who is noticeably autistic, but she came from a family that made do for her, and she, because of her autism and way of looking at things, she has a very good sense of how animals view things.
Okay.
And so she has a PhD in animal husbandry. Okay. And she, her work is in helping processing plants make the whole process of slaughtering cows and sheep and stuff like that, and chickens, less painful and more right? And she heard about kosher slaughter.
Okay.
And she saw videos which made her very, very worried. And so she decided she was going to change how kosher slaughter is done.
Mm-hmm.
So she went and bought herself an art scroll chulin. Chulin is the one that's on Shechita.
Yeah.
She studied it. And she went to a bunch of rabbis to have them change how they do Shechita.
Yeah.
Sof, all of Shechita is done differently now because she had eight sauce. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. There's a article on her in Mishpacha magazine.
Wait, so she actually made changes to the Shechita process?
Yes.
What does that mean? I don't understand. What process?
So what they used to do is they used to throw the animal down, and they would cut its its neck, right? The shochet would come and cut its neck.
Yeah.
She created this device that kind of hugs the animal and makes it very easy for the shochet to come and shecht the animal. And she went through all the halachic discussions of what's better. You should hold an animal like this, hold an animal like that. What's the problem? Drisa, right? And she brought all these hochachas for why it should be done differently. Now, basically, everybody shechts according to Rabbeinu Temple.
Temple Grandin?
Yes. She did a TED Talk, and she's there's an interview with her with Jordan Peterson. The thing is, like, for somebody who doesn't understand what it means to change the way shechita is done, right? Like, oh, it's a cute story for people, but for somebody who understands, like, the impossibility of this.
Yeah. You make such a change in the Orthodox world. That's
She completely changed how shechita is done.
Wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Jake, give me 1 second, Jake. I'll be right back. It's crazy.
Here, while he's gone, I'm gonna read this article from Mishpacha magazine that's on Temple Grandin's Graydon's website.
Yeah, I just
Here,
looked
I found the article from Mishpacha magazine,
fascinating.
1998.
That's when the article was posted?
Yep. There are two reasons that Temple Grandin's coming to Israel are interesting for Torah Jews. One reason is because of her work in the meat industry. Dr. Grandin has caused a minor revolution in the way shechita is done around the world. Rebbeim are listening to what she has to say about shechita. She has shown them a way to restrain the animal while shechting that is easier, faster, causes less problems with blood flow, and is a far more humane way to shecht.
Amazing. Wow. I have to read more about this. Fascinating.
Like if you had told me this story, like I wouldn't have believed you.
And there is an interview I see with Jordan Peterson. What?
Yeah.
More than one. No, it's one conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, I see it. Fascinating. Wild. I mean, I'm sure she's made other changes in the industry as well.
Oh yeah, she's got a whole career in the industry, but she decided, like, she's like, well, here, let me take a look.
Wow. Fascinating.
And like the idea that she went and bought an art scroll chulin, right?
Yeah.
She's like, so how do I learn about kosher shchita? I'll go buy a chulin and study it.
Crazy. Crazy.
When you said chulin, that's what it reminded me of.
Crazy.
Okay.
Next case here. Kakatan Kagala Tashmun. Amrish Lakish, Yechav Alecha Din Shapruta, Kidin Shamea Mana. This is such a Talmudic type of line. That a case that's worth a penny should be as important to you as a case that's worth $100. What's this relevant to?
Pishita. Right? Obviously, you shouldn't be doing not a good judgment.
Correct.
So they must come to teach us something else.
This is a priority level.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. Lo segura v'nei ish. Rav Chanan al tachlis derecha v'nei ish. This means al tachlis derecha v'nei ish. No Rashi. Let's see if Marshall that the Marshal deletes these words. Maybe Rashi didn't even have it as a gear, so who knows? But Arch will translate this as "Do not withhold your words because of a man," which basically means like to speak up.
Okay.
Amar Rabbi Chama b'Rabbi Chanina. Amar Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Lo dayin l'rishayim shnotun bizem amun, minosim lazeh shelo kedin, ela shematrichen osi lahachzir mo levalo.
So basically, it's saying like even if you do it wrong, right? Hakadosh Baruch Hu is going to fix it anyway.
Oh, so it's saying you made a big mistake.
You're just causing more problems for God.
Right, you're right. You mean God's gonna
Hakadosh Baruch Hu.
That's hilarious. Literally crazy.
Yeah.
I always think it's interesting also in Chazal, like it takes a statement in the pasuk and then literally says Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Like as opposed to saying like this isn't a concept, an idea. It just goes straight in. Like this is what God is saying. This sentence. It's very. I don't know how you say it. It's very extreme. To say it like that.
I don't know.
I'm not saying it's bad extreme. I'm saying it's extreme.
Yeah. People might do that. Might not be so into it. I can hear that.
V'adavar asher yikshem mikem. Amar Rav Chanina v'Yitemer Rav Yoshia. Al davar ze nenash Moshe. Whoa.
So when the Sanhedrin was set up, what was too difficult for them was
I think this is about Yisra, I feel like.
Yeah.
And if it's difficult, they should come to me. Al davar ze nenash Moshe. Shneimar vayakri Moshe es hamishpat l'nei Hashem. Oh, so in the case of Salafchad, the one case that was really difficult, or at least the famous case known as very difficult, he didn't actually know the answer, and he had to go before Hashem. So this is something that Moshe was punished for. Wild. No, because very few places where you find Moshe, quote unquote, sin. So this would be one of the sources of a sin of Moshe. Rashi says, Nenash Moshe. Shelo zacha shelo nemar lo parshas nachlos ad sheba ma'aseh lefanav. Lo yadam al hashem. He didn't know what to answer for Salafchad. Okay. Oh, okay. I may have spoken too soon. Maskele Renach Bar Yitzchak. Renach Bar Yitzchak has a problem with this. Miksiv vashmiatem ushmativ. He doesn't say I'm gonna hear it and then like automatically respond. He's saying ushmativ, which means igamrina gamrina, v'lo azlina v'gamrina. If I know the answer, great. If I don't, then that's not. Then I'll figure it out. Ela kidatanya, ruya parsha nachlos shikasiv alidei Moshe Rabbeinu. Really, the parsha of Nachla should have been written by Moshe Rabbeinu. But because of what the daughters of Slavcha did, they were zochah to have it written through them. Ruya Haisa parshas Mekokesh shila Moshe Rabbeinu. The same thing would have been with the parsha of Mekokesh, right? That's I think when the person cut wood on Shabbos, I guess.
Oh,
maybe. El sheyischai Mekokesh shila al yadav. I don't know what that means, but it teaches you that harm is imparted through one who is guilty and benefit through one who is married. Let's see what Rashi says here. Doesn't say much here. So basically what we're saying is that Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak felt that this wasn't an arrogant statement at all, and he gives reasons as to why Moshe didn't know the answer to these questions.
Where are you getting that from?
So Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak says that he wasn't arrogant, right?
Yeah.
And then he says the reason, but like, why didn't Moshe know the answers to these things? I don't see why he has to really address that, to be honest, because I think it's almost like a side point. He's saying Moshe didn't know these things. Why didn't he know these things? He didn't know it because God wanted to give credit to Slavcha, to the Slavcha. Meaning it was through the B'nos Slavcha that the Parsha of inheritance got.
Right. It was their schus, not an onesh to Moshe. I get that.
Yeah.
What's the latter part?
Oh, about the Mekoshesh?
Yeah.
I don't really understand that. It's saying since he was guilty, it was written through him. And then we learn from this that to teach you that harm is important.
Oh, so Rabbeinu Art Scroll says that um, it should have been that Moshe Rabbeinu would have said the law over, right? Sheyisakel Michal Shabbos, right? But instead, he was, I guess, punished by not knowing the din, and something real had to happen, and it come to him, and he has to go ask Hashem.
Right, but what's the point of like I get the I think understand the schus like zakai, meaning it was a schus for the no slavka. I guess it's a form of punishment.
Well, I mean, it's related to my favorite pasuk in the entirety of the Bible, one of them.
You can't do that. You can't say it's my favorite and then say one of them. Okay, keep going.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
David HaMelech says to Saul, Kamashal Hakadmoni, and it always kills me that it's David HaMelech saying to Saul, like the ancient mashal, like the ancient saying,
yeah,
Mirasha Tetzeh Resha, right? Bad things happen through bad people. What's the story there? What's his name? Shaul had to go to the bathroom, and he happens to go to the bathroom in the cave where David HaMelech was hiding from him.
Right.
And David HaMelech goes and cuts off a piece of his cloak, and then after he leaves the cave, David HaMelech comes out and shows him the piece of the cloak and says, I could have killed you, right? Because God gave you into my hands, but I didn't, because far be it from me to touch God's anointed, right? And like the ancient mashal says, mi rasha tetzeh resha. Bad things come through people who are bad people.
Right.
That's what he's in. I mean, he's kind of saying it in the fact that Moshe Rabbeinu had to be done. That's an onesh to him.
Right.
That he had to be done somebody l'chiyuv. It was an onesh to Moshe Rabbeinu.
No, it's not saying that.
I think that's what he's saying.
No, it's an onesh to the wood chopper.
Megalgalin chova al yedei chayav.
And who's the chayav one here? The Makoshesh, the one who cut the wood. He's the one who's chayav here.
Yeah, but megalgalin chova. He's talking about the dayan.
Oh.
Does Rashi say? Rashi doesn't say anything. I think that's what Megalgalin chova al yedei chayav means.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird expression to me. Okay, let's go to the next piece.
Do you want to catch up on the Ben Yehoyadas?
Check if what he's got. I'm just saying I have my own sefer now, so I'm legit.
You're always showing off your svarim. Mashpil geima de'aretz, I'll tell you. I have a Ben Yehoyada.
I'm like that litigant in this Gemara. I have Rob in my back pocket.
Ben Yehoyada on Sanhedrin.
Let's see how many she has here. Oh my god.
Pulled it up on screen. just in case anybody else needs to see it.
Then when I told my uncle this part about to do that a Talmud Chacham is an Isha.
Yeah.
And then I paused, and then I went back to my seat for a second, and the nefesh was still going on, so I had a little more time. And I went back to him, and I'm like, "You really should be called the Ben Isha Chai, according to that." He didn't like that either, so I was 0 for 2. Okay, we're up to Manaha Milsa.
Where's
Go down? Go down.
down? Okay.
Manaha Milsa Damarbanan have Mesuna Din Sib Losal Laos. Kasha Mehacha Mashma Davar Zeh Mehai Bahai Kra. Nearly. Oh my gosh! I was about to switch off one. This one's a doozy. Mishu Meyer Lachto Chadim Berega, someone who rushes to issue a court case, a verdict. Always He does it because of his arrogance and his haughtiness in his heart. He thinks he's such a smart guy. You may even change the Tzarech line. I don't need to think about it. B'Shum Sefer. My first, as Paul Vanderklay calls it, this first filter is all he needs. No one ever thought Paul Vanderklay would ever be mentioned in Ben Yada, but here we are. Be'emes hu am aretz, but really he's a am aretz. Ubo the tshuva melibo, kasher yale hamazle. What does that mean?
I guess. When the pitchfork comes out, I think, yeah.
Basically, he's saying though he's an amaretz and he's being
yeah.
In the end, it's going to be revealed his embarrassment. And he's going to be revealed as amaretz gamar. Okay. He still hasn't addressed this question at all. He's just ranting right now. He's very upset, clearly, about this.
No, he says. He says.
How do you see it? That was his question.
Right, but he says the connection is lo ta'ale b'ma'alot is the fact that he's gospel libo.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay,
I think so.
Got it. There's a story. So someone gave a ring for someone to watch as a watchman, shomer chinam. And there was a knot. There was a knot tied to the.
He tied the ring to a scarf that was on his belt.
In his back? Oh, his belt? Okay. I thought it was a bag.
Cheiko means his thigh.
Okay. It fell from him and he lost it. So the owner of the ring went to the wise person. The shol din menu. Is he chayav or not? And the wise person began to look into it. Im nikra pshia nikma gavna. V'yischil stavu is a kama svikas.
So, in order for shomer chinam to be chayav, there has to be a pshia.
There has to be real negligence.
Yeah.
V'hochrach lahamik b'davar zeh be'ian hetiv b'masun k'dei levar hasvikos shenistapik b'hen. And he went long deep into it.
Yeah.
In the end, he said, there is negligence here, you have to pay. So it took him 2 hours, I think it's saying, to figure this out.
Yeah.
So the borrower was sitting, or the
person who was asking him the question,
where he was waiting.
Yeah.
Why is it taking him so long? So he's saying it must mean he's stupid. Like you could just look at the case when use your common sense. Why is he thinking of it for so long? Therefore, the person actually wanted to test his theory, I guess. He went to a different wise person. She said, So the second Chacham said right away the same outcome. Uvalayla haben hayamispar lifnei aviv. What is it?
Hayam mesaper.
Mesaper lefanai aviv.
Lifnei aviv.
Lo the other virish osracham ploni hu am aretz. So the son said to his father, I'm not sure who the son is and who the father is.
I guess the Shaul is the father. Is the son, sorry.
And he saw that there's one Chacham who's an Amaretz. But the second person, he's the wise man who adjudicated the case quickly. Amarlo Avim, how do you know this? Amarlo, I saw with my eyes. So I was thinking, this one person took 1 second, the other person took 2 hours to give me the same case. You don't have the right interpretation here. And if you don't believe me, let's go do another test. So father like son. Send someone else to the second chacham.
And he gave him a specific question to ask.
Yeah, specific question. Okay.
What is he going to say tomorrow?
Got it. If he answers right away. So was it like the same exact type of question, I guess?
Yeah, but
right.
Yeah.
Right. So it says right, okay. The chazer is that shal hasheni v'shal shayla zum and a chacham harishon. The take of him yad hishav v'shal hasheni shezen nikra poshev v'chayav l'shalim. What's that shal hasheni? Harishon. Right.
I'm confused.
Wait. So let's go back. So. ויאמר האב לבנו לא כוון עשייה והראשון הוא חכם ואם לא תשלח למחר אדם אחר אצל חכם השני ויאמר לו נוסח השי לממש ותראה מה יאמר למחר וכן עשה ששאל עשו כיוצא בנידות זה ממש like he like a similar case וזה גם כן השם take the answer right away אך איך לשיטה he changed השיטה בפעם הזאת אין זה נחשב פשיעה ופוטר אין לו חיים שם כלום וחזר זה השואל השני.
Right. So so when he went and asked the person,
so the second asker asked the first chacham now.
Yeah, the first chacham immediately answered.
He held your chayv to pay still, and he answered right away. The first chacham now answered right away.
Yeah.
Az amar lo aviv haray ki kanim devarai.
What's the bracketed thing here?
What is
I don't know what's going on here.
I don't either.
You said Pashev Chayav L'Shalem. Benayahu, what? Ben Yehoyada.
I don't have that girsa.
Yeah, I don't know what's in the brackets here.
Oh. Wait, go on. Wait, go higher. Wait, where were you? Have a shalem. My piece goes on way longer, I think.
Apparent. What? Haveti Shem Mase. Oh, so in another book, the Ben Ish Chai says that when I wrote this Maisa in Ben Yehoyada, it didn't have the ending, and then it gives the ending. So I guess your book just doesn't add a note that they're adding the ending from a different book of the Ben. Okay, כי האב אחר שהוכיח והבהיר על הבן שהחכם הראשון אשר שע בעיונו בדין הוא החכם באמת והשני עם הארץ והראה לו זה על ידי ניסיון אמר לו זיל נשיא אותם עוד הפעם תלך אתה למחר אצל החכם הראשון ותאמר לו זה האדם שהופקד אצלו טבעת וקשרה במבטחת שאמרת לחייב ופשיעה היה לו שותפות באותה הטבעת. So he says, go back to the wise one and tell him that the person who tied it to his kerchief was a was a partner in the ring. וזה החכם המתין איזה רגעים והשיב לו כיוון דהוא שוטף פטר הוא. והלך אצל השני וגם כן אמר לו אותו האיש שאמרת לי שהוא חייב בפשיעה היה לו שותפות באותה טבעת והשיב לו תקף מה הפרש יש גם בזה הוא חייב בחלק השותף שלו. So the second guy told him that there's a difference in that he has to he's chayav to the bechelek hashotef shelo, the part where he's a partner. ויגד לאבי ויאמר לו ראה אתה איך זה השני הוא עם הארץ שאינו יודע מה החייב מחייב והראשון חכם הוא. Okay, so it's another proof, I guess, that he went and asked about shutfut, and the first one knew and the second one didn't. Az amar lo, yeah?
Yeah, I don't have this whole piece. I don't know where it is. You can keep going. I don't have this whole piece here in my book. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, so that I found the end of the brackets. Yeah, this apparently was in a different book.
Right.
Okay, so as Amar you have, Lo Aviv Heretaki Kanim Divrei Shazeh Hasheni Asher Ata Sha'alta Mimenu B'tchila V'heshiv Lecha Shehu Poshea V'chaya הן אמת שכיוון להלכה, אך לא היה זה מחוכמתו ובינתו, אלא כך נזרקה הדבר בפיו, והיה כסומה בערובה, he's like a completely blind person, אך חכם הראשון השיב הלכה ממה שראה האמת ממקור הדין, על פי חוכמתו ושכלו. הריה אחר ששאל ממנו שואל השני עוד הפעם לא הוא צריך לעיין והשיב לו תקף מפני שדבר זה עצמו הוא דומה ממש לאותו עניין שנשאל ממנו וכבר דין זה היה ברור אצלו ואינו צריך עיון מה שאין כן השני הוא עם הארץ וכאשר יזדמן בפיו הוא משיב בלא דעת ותבונה ולכן פעם אמר חייב ופעם אמר פטר. Okay?
Right.
וזהו שאמר מנה המילתא דאמור רבנן, הבל מתנן בדין. So, and this is what it means that they said, where does it come that you should be matun b'din? Uma pekla mepasuk ולא תעלה במעלות על מזבחי, אשר תגלה ערוותך עליו. וסמך לב ואלה המשפטים. כלומר, במשפטים והלכה לא תעלה במעלות, להשיב לשואליך דבר תקף ומיד, כדי שאומרו כמה חכם גדול הוא, זה אשר לא תגלה ערוותך עליו. Because in that manner you won't your
because that's what the pasuk is literally talking about. So he's using a play on words now.
Yeah, your nakedness, meaning your folly, won't be no. Koma im lo tihye mituni ela tamaher la'asher v'kedei she'aloch v'yishapchucha hine levasof tigale ervatcha. Right, it's going to be known. Ratzona lomar cherfatcha ba'oto hadin atzmo. וכמו שהיה באות המעשה, כיוון דלא השיב מחמת חוכמתו ובינתו, אלא כאשר נזרק מפיו, אז נזדמן שבפעם שנית נזרק הדבר מפיו להפך, ובזה נודע ונתברר שלא מכוח חוכמה ובינה הוא מורה ומשיב, אלא הוא עם הארץ גם.
It's interesting just to understand, like trying to get into like the Ben Ish Chai's head a little bit, like he did not need to write such a long piece for this piece.
And he always loved giving examples and narrating, and like what's his name says, Jordan Peterson says, we remember narratives.
I'm not complaining, but he really is like, he goes at like, this is a long piece for something that was very simple in a way. Haven't seen it's much more. It does make a much bigger impact. Like I feel
I mean, in a different sefer, he added a whole thing to that.
Right. Very interesting.
He added a whole other huge paragraph in a different sefer.
Listen, they say that, what is it? Like 9 conversations were given to women, and it's Talmud Chacham as you do it to be an Isha. So it's that.
You're never gonna stop with this with the.
Okay, right there. Elu kli adiadim. Nearly beside the smile. Kach amar shetasim nehem. Kolomar im yu adenim zakayim. V'torim zakay lo yitzchur lasas ula mamish elu akelim. Im yu adenim zakayim. What's a dorim?
The Doram and their generation zakai.
Oh, zakai lo yitzchur lasas ula mamish elu. You don't need to do anything with these kelim. Because the
staff to correct people.
The true is for Malchus. The Sifur Lindos, and the shofar is to put people in Cherem. I didn't know that. Okay, did you know that?
Yeah, I just because of the story of ovens of Achnai.
Who?
The story of the oven of Achnai with Rabbi Eliezer?
No idea what that is.
You know the story of the oven of Achnai.
What does that mean? What does oven of Achnai mean?
So there were these ovens which Rabbi Eliezer.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So there it talks about they use the shofar to excommunicate Rabbi Eliezer.
Wow, I didn't know that. Fascinating. Okay. Bisando lachlotz, Barak shema be'oma tasim ozodem shlo yitzku lasas be'maisa mamish. Oh, so it's like you place them before you, so you don't need to actually use them. Nearly Sophie table shafura. At the end of the word of shafura,
shufra makel
rutzua. Oh wow. Okay. Sham keneged makom rutzua tezaras. Perish tezaras lahanigo ha'am b'derech yishara. Shelo tatzrichu lasas ma'aseh b'makom rutzua. So you should make sure you're leading the generation properly, so you don't need to use these things. You have to give malchus people over Isidaraban. Oh, I didn't know that. That's fascinating. So you use different equipment based on what if it's Darabana or Deraisa. Nearly the Mapakle Beremez min Be'esahi. Kimako Vertu Olim, because the Mako Vertu add up to Kiminian Am Bimaloam, because that Ayin Tavsh Olatum Imakolo. What does that mean? So Mako Vertu equals to 547, which equals what? Ace Bimaloam. Is that Ain Te? I don't know what the word. I don't know what ace. What the connection ace has here. But we keep.
No, so ace b'miluim, right? Yeah. So ayin becomes ayin yud nun. Taf becomes.
Oh, but what does ace have to do with anything, though?
What?
What does ace have to do with anything, though? What's ace?
Ace means time, but et ha'i at that time.
Where does it base? Oh, okay, got it. But where is that verse? Beisahi, where is that verse?
Lo yodea.
Okay. Next one.
Hold on. Let me see. Maybe it's the one in Shemot?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. Bayasahi. Ich weiß nicht. Okay.
Okay. Tzedek esadin v'achas lateu. Gach yirsu l'gemara. V'nirli b'sad b'kabara. Im nirlach svara me'ashar tzich al chayv l'zeh l'chuz zeh. Al tachteu al pi svara shelcha. So if you have a thought that you should make him guilty, don't go with that svara. Ela tzedek esadin hahu al pi svara shalach. Lavi l'chachas me'talmud v'resina rishonim. I don't see the difference. It's trying to say, don't do this, but do that. I'm not sure what the don't do this is.
He's saying don't only go on your own understanding, but you have to also look through the teachings of
got it.
rabbis and stuff, that it's not just your svara.
For the record, he's addressing my question. I'm just saying. I don't want to take credit, but he's addressing my question where I was like, what's the chiddush of saying tzedek is like think it through? He's explaining more what that means. I'm not trying to show off. I'm just back.
Okay.
V'od nearly Yisad L'Shmaya Al Pi Medrash Rabbah Parshas Batim Reilezer Amar Haya Yedei Shadin Imo Al Tasbir Lo Panim Kadesh Lo Yamar B'Tchila Haya Rotze L'Schuso. If you know that, like, so two people come to you, Reuven and Shimon, and you know the law is going to be judged in Reuven's favor, don't like wink to him, I guess it's saying. Like, don't smile at him, I think. If you know it's not going to go with him, so you should smile at the guy that you know is going to be found guilty. That way he doesn't think this is kind of crazy. It's like getting too complicated. Nimsa kodu jachdu adin tzarach adayin lesbona b'davar ha'u lasas atzdak ladino lo yenechshad shepasku kifi ritzono. So before you do a case, you have to think about lesbona b'davar ha'u lasas atzdak ladino. Ela yakiro ki pasku al pi adin terasina akdosha. L'chayim esachiv l'chayim l'chayim. V'zeh shomar tzedek adin tasel atzdakim min achshad, that you should do a nice thing for the person who's suspected. This is nuts. Basically, it's saying you should once you realize who's guilty, you should smile at the guy. Basically,
in any case, you're supposed to make it clear to the person that it's not based on your personal liking to the person. It comes from the
Right.
Torah.
So the person though that's guilty, you should like say shalom aleichem to him before you ruin his life, basically.
You should show that you don't personally dislike him,
Right.
and the person who you're going to give to, you should show that you don't. It's not because you personally like him.
Right. Okay. Pshita El Kadmoi. This is talking about the chaviv between a case that's 1 shekel or a case that's 100 shekels. Kasha came with the Pshita din pruta kedin mana me'amana kedaitin lakdume kedil hetzrach lahazir al zeh beferish.
He's like, okay, so this is also pashut.
Oh.
I think so.
Okay. The year leaves out this right. Dikaswar lememar im yesh al ruven din al mea mana zili nitzi lepisha the shami chayev az in lo shalim. What does that mean? If Ruvain is judged on $100, zile nitzi lepisha the shami chayev az in lo shalim. Oh, you have to go after their property to pay it off potentially, like collateral. Well, there's bar dino mochrok shim shemagam zil harbe. Kilof yomer is that mochrok limkar. Imkain I was talking like doing them yet as aktay lo zili nitzi. So basically saying when you have more money involved, people might be selling off their property, and that creates a situation where you have to do it quickly. Basically, cases where people are going to be fleeing the country, or different issues come up when you have $100 case or $100,000 case.
Yeah.
You think to prioritize that essentially. Okay, you want to end off with this next monster? This is the last one.
Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu lo dayan lo rashayim shenotlin mizeh mamon rani lazeh shelo kedin ela shematrichen oti lachzir mamon leba'alav. Kasha v'halo ne'emar ba'Kadosh Baruch Hu lo yi'af v'lo yiga ein cheker litvunato. Right? So, like, God's not going to get tired. So, what does it mean that you're being matriach HaKadosh Baruch Hu?
Right.
ועוד, והלא חזרת ממון לבעליו, אפשר להיות בנקל אם ראובן לקח מנה שלא כדין, משמעון יפיל ראובן מנה זה מחיקו וימצא שמעון ויקחנה. So, and isn't it easy for him to lose 100 coins and Shimon finds it? V'lama krari lechazarat mamon leba'alav b'lashon tircha. Why do you call it a difficulty?
So it's saying, it's two things. It's like, why are you thinking tircha for God? And then it's like, and even if like you want to say this is like the easiest, like, even for it's not a big deal, know. Okay.
V'nir li le'olam ein tircha v'yegia lamala v'rak kol davar shinui chut kari le tircha.
I love that.
Mipnei shekashet lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu davar mehupach u'meshuna mesidro shel olam. Anytime something is not right, that's a tircha to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That bothers HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ketzad. How is this? Ma'ase shahaya be'isha achad shahaya la mamon shenatan la aviha. Right? There was a woman who her father gave her some money. On the condition that her husband has no control over it. Uba habal v'tiva lifnei hadaya. The mamon ze nechasei malog. Who uperotav shelo. So he comes to a dayan and says that this is her personal property, so he should have use of it. Verotze lahaniach hamamon b'mishkanta v'lechol perot. He wants to loan out the money and to take the take the interest of it. והדיין לקח אותו, ממון מיד האישה, ונתנו לבעל שלא כדין. And the Dayan makes the wrong decision and lets the husband have. Va'isha merov tzara chalta umeta. And she got so bothered by this that she got sick and died. Ma asa HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Hemit et ha'ba'al achar shemeta ha'isha. He killed the husband after she died. V'hevio begilgul isha ba'olam hazeh. And reincarnated him as a woman. Ve'et ha'isha hevia begilgul ish. And his wife was reincarnated as a man. V'zeh ha'ish shehu gilgul ota isha. Nasa et zot ha'isha shehi gilgul ish haba. And so they married each other, the reincarnations. Nimsa ata nasa olam hafuch. You see that the world has been turned upside down. Habal nasa isha, va'isha nasit ish. Nasa ata et bala. Right? The world's been turned around. Va'achar nisuyin shel elu hamegulgali meta ha'isha tekef achar nisuin v'yirash ota ba'ala shehu gilgul ota. Right. So the husband who's now the wife dies immediately, and his wife gets the money from the
man who's left behind is the woman. The man who's left behind is the woman, so now she's getting her money back.
Shalakach meishto harishona mamon shelo kedin va'ata chazar hamamon leba'alav ki zu ha'isha shemeta v'yirash ota ba'ala he hayta gilgul ha'ba'al harishon shalakach hamamon shelo kedin. Re'eh inyan ze na'aseh al yedei shtei mitot v'shtei gilgulim וגם הגלגולים היו בשינוי והפוך סדרו של עולם, כי לסוף האישה נעשית בעל והאיש נעשה אישה של זה הבעל, וכל גלגול כזה שהוא בהיפוך הסדר, כאשר לפני הקדוש ברוך הוא. And so you see that this whole creating this, fixing this all up, through these weird reincarnations, this is what bothers HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kamo she'amar b'Sava Kadisha, like it says in the holy book Sava Kadisha that I don't know. Mana dahavat latata hech yitavid le'ela bala dahava le'ela hech yithapech v'hava latata. But zuge it avidat ime. How below it has been made like above her husband, and it has been turned around. Okay, this is very hard.
Aramaic. It's clearly like a Kabbalistic sefer.
Yeah, tavata al tavata achuha avuha I avuha lekadma meta yifrok le yeut aval achuha lehevi avuha v'chila tavaha ihu da alma behipucha. Ihu vada ilayin latata ve'tatayin la'ela. I mean, he's talking about things being turned upside down and up and down.
Yeah.
V'chen amar raboteinu zal. So in Sota it says bezivug ish ve'ishto. The kasha lezivugam kriyat yamsuf. Pirsha Rabbeinu ha'arizal. The ira begilgul sheni ayin shah. Aha. So.
So really, the reason I'm saying the first time around is no big deal for God, but the second time, the Gilgul, that's where it gets complicated.
Maybe that's why it's so hard to get married these days. We're all Gilgulim.
Yeah.
ולכן אמר כאן שמצריכן אותי להחזיר ממון לבעליו, right? To the money to its owner or its husband. פירוש, עניין כזה שהדיין לוקח ממון שלא כדין ונותן לזה, יזדמן בו אופן חזר שנקרא טרחה. והיינו כמו אם נזדמן מעשה כהי גבנה שהנגזל מת, מחמת שערו דחשת אי אפשר לעשות חזרת הממון. Like if the person is so bothered by the injustice that he dies, right? So you can't give it back. בדרך אבדה ומציע אלא צריך להיות בזה מיתות וגלגולים. So since the person is dead, it causes gilgulim, reincarnation, הופכים מסדרו של עולם כדהבה באותה מעשה הנזכר כל זה הכושי נחשב ונקרא בשם טורח, וכמו שנאמר היו עליי לטורח.
Oh my God, what a journey. What a journey. That's that. That was a journey. Wow.
Yeah. So now you understand that it's only a problem for HaKadosh Baruch Hu if wow, we went way over time. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, the Benish Kai is a baller. He's literally a baller. You know, I've also been learning a lot of Baal Turim lately because, like, I'm hooked now on the whole mystical world. So I started learning a lot of the Baal Turim.
Baal Turim is mystical?
Yeah, all gematrias. It's all gematrias.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Baal Turim is all gematrias, and I was learning it this morning, and it says, "Basli the mikdash v'shachanti b'socham," right? So he says, "V'shachanti v'shachan ti taf yud." The first base of mikdash was taf yud 410 years. V'shachanti, and he says in the second base of mikdash, if you take v'shachanti and you take out the words sheni, which is the second base of mikdash, sheni, you're left with taf chaf, which is 420 years. So v'shachanti is the first mikdash, and then sheni Taf Chaf is the second base of Mikdash. And I'm like, oh, I love this guy.
Okay. I didn't know you were so big on gematrias.
Basically, I'm off the derech. I'm not a Litvak anymore.
I would say you're on the derech. This is the real derech.
Amazing.
Okay, Mr. Man. Later, we will end the stream.